one of the most difficult things for people to understand is this concept of oneness. Carl Jung once said that at the same moment that you're a protagonist in your own life and you're making choices, at the very same moment you're also the spear carrier or the extra in a much larger drama. So, and then he concluded that observation with, all of you are doomed to make choices. That is, the choices that you're making have already been made, in a sense. And, and so we have this thing that we call a free will, but at the same moment we're operating within a larger context of everything is all perfect and handled, and there's only one. And so when we talk about the past and we talk about the future, we really understand that everything that ever happened to you in your entire life did not happen in the past. It happened in the present. It happened now, in the present moment. That's all there ever is. And everything that's going to happen to you in the future isn't going to happen in a future moment. It's going to happen in the now. So basically, your relationship to life and to your higher self is really your relationship to now, to the present moment. How good are you at being in this moment? And again, the best analogy that I can always give is what happens to you in your dream state for 1/3 of your life, when you are able to be in the past and the future, and all of it just melds into this particular now, and you can flip in and out of it as much as you want. One of the struggles that we have in understanding what I'm going to be speaking about here today is the fact that we're trying to understand non-linearity in a linear body. And we're trying to understand, we're trying to figure something out. We're trying to understand oneness from a point of two-ness. Because every moment of your life is this incredible paradox. You are at the same moment that you are this physical body that begins and ends, and that you have all of the stuff that you've accumulated and all the things of your ego that I spoke about earlier. But at the very same moment, instantaneously at all times, you are also this invisibleness, this formlessness that is within you, and so you are form and non-form at all moments. The closest we can get to understanding oneness is in meditation. That's why meditation and silence is such an important part of the spiritual path. You know, Melville said, God's one and only voice is silence. Like so often what we do is we have a tendency to pray to God. And in praying to God, we ask God to resolve our conflicts. And the problem with this approach is, and asking God to solve our problems for us, is that if God were able to recognize your conflicts, it wouldn't be God. Because how can that which is oneness ever understand two-ness? The minute that it looks at two-ness, it's no longer God, because it only sees one. That's why in the Course in Miracles, one of the most famous lines in the Course says, "You have no problems, though you think you do." That all of your problems come from this fact that you are processing the world from a place of two-ness. That is, there is, in order to have conflict, remember what I said in the Course earlier, that a mind at war with itself remembers not eternal gentleness. And conflict requires two. It requires the person that is, it actually requires three. The conflict, the person who feels one way, the person who feels the other way. So that every time we try to ask God to solve our problems for us, we're asking God to be something other than what God is. And it's why I love the prayer of St. Francis so much, and why I wrote an entire book based upon it, in Assisi. And St. Francis, when he was looking for peace, he didn't say, God, please give me some peace. I don't have any peace. I just have conflict wherever I go. I'm so sad. I'm depressed all the time. He didn't say that. He said, Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. In other words, teach me how to be like you. So as Jesus said, God is love, just pure love. And love doesn't allow for any conflict, doesn't allow for any problems.